Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this session. We know it's Friday, it's 1:30. We have had many sessions during these days, but I hope we can gather more people to this session that will be in English, but of course we will give you the opportunity to ask your questions in German if you feel more confident at the end of the session. But today we would like to present to you EIT Urban Mobility. It's an official European Union initiative, and I would like to give the floor to my colleagues, Judith. She will give you an overview on why we exist, why EIT Urban Mobility exists, where we come from, why it was created, and the origins of our initiative, what we do. We do lots of activities for cities, for business, so she will explain you in detail all this. And then after her presentation, my colleague Philip will introduce you a platform, we name it Marketplace, where we collect all the innovative solutions that our projects, startups, cities are proposing for urban mobility to make cities more livable. So I will not enter into details, they will explain you in detail their parts, and then at the end you will have the opportunity to ask questions. So now I would like to give the floor to Judith.
To accelerate the transition towards sustainable urban mobility, we need to work together. We need to work together with our cities. We need to work together with business and with research. And we need to work together across Europe. We all know that today's model of mobility is not sustainable. Transport represents almost a quarter of Europe's greenhouse gas emissions. Transport is the main cause of air pollution in cities. Individual motor vehicles, such as cars, trucks, and motorbikes, are the main source of urban air pollution. 50% of public space in our cities is taken up by roads. In other words, half of the available space we could use for social interaction, for recreation, for sports and play is dedicated to motorized traffic. At the same time, there are many studies that associate green spaces with numerous health benefits and well-being. 67% of road accidents happen in cities, and according to the Federal Office for Statistics, 254 cyclists and 275 pedestrians were killed in Germany in 2020 in so-called build-up areas. And of course, thousands more were seriously injured. We spend about 1 year of our lives commuting, most often sitting strapped in the seat of a car. And in addition, half of the car trips within cities cover journeys of less than 5 kilometers. At the same time, physical inactivity is the fourth biggest health risk of death worldwide. And congestion, of course, also has a very negative impact on the economy. It's a time waster, and it creates costs and expenses, not only for business, but also for private households. So today's model is not sustainable. And this is why the so-called European Green Deal requires a reduction of our transport CO2 emissions by 55% in 2030 and by 90% in 2050. And these are the targets we have set ourselves with this EU-wide climate pact. So if you look at this graph, it is very interesting to note that in most other sectors, emissions already went down over the last decade. But emissions by transport actually went up by 24% between 1990 and 2019. And it is widely accepted that within the field of transport, urban mobility has the greatest potential for improvement. The majority of the EU population lives already in cities, and this trend is on the rise in Europe and even more dramatically worldwide. So according to UN estimates, 2/3 of the world population will live in cities by 2050. So the economic, the environmental and health problems are obvious. We are in urgent need of transformation, and urgent action is required. But action in which fields? What are we talking about? So to make more sense of this very complex and diverse fields, we have consulted our member cities. We've asked them about their most pressing urban mobility challenges, and we've clustered them into a number of areas. Future mobility. By this we mean digital technologies such as AI, 5G, and smart infrastructure. And these technologies enable mobility as a service, collaborative, intelligent transport systems, and connected autonomous vehicles. They all help to improve mobility operations and safety. Mobility and energy. This is to replace the internal combustion engines with cleaner solutions. New vehicle technologies are required. This field also includes retrofitting, charging, refueling, and balancing of supply and demand. Active mobility refers to the modal shift away from private cars and motorized vehicles to mainly walking and cycling. And the obvious result is a decrease in noise and pollution and an increase in healthy city living. City logistics. Of course, mobility not only includes the movement of people, but that of goods. So goods not only need to be delivered into our cities, and increasingly and preferably directly to our doors, but waste and packaging have to be taken out again. Public realm. This is an area where we mainly talk about the use and the management of public spaces. So an example is curbside management and its variable use over the year. It generally involves the freeing up of public space from privately owned parked cars. And there is the new European Bowers Initiative. It is an initiative by the European Commission, and it connects the European Green Deal to our living spaces. So with this, the Commission funds activities that build a sustainable and inclusive environment, which should be pleasant to our eyes and also beneficial to our minds and our souls. So what we need are good ideas in all these fields and bring them into our cities and onto our streets. And in view of the clock ticking, we need these ideas and solutions urgently and implement them quickly. We need to develop new products and services. We need to pilot and test them. And if they are successful, we need to roll them out and scale them. And if they're no good, we need to scrap them, or we need to improve them and pilot and test again. And this is unfortunately a problem we have in Europe, in many countries still. We have excellent research. We have many dynamic companies and creative talents, but good ideas are too rarely turned into new products and services. With EIT Urban Mobility, we intend to solve this paradox by connecting our cities with the European innovation ecosystem. And we have created programs to do so. We do this with the support of the EIT, the European Institute of Innovation and Technology. The EIT is a body which was created by the European Union in 2008 to strengthen Europe's ability to innovate in certain fields. And it does so with the creation of so-called knowledge and innovation communities, which you can see here on the slide. And we, EIT Urban Mobility, we are the most recent child within this family. We're not only very well connected within this community, but operate within the wider EU ecosystem. So the EIT is an integral part of Horizon Europe. We are acting in line with the European Green Deal and are closely involved with other EU initiatives, such as the European Investment Bank, the various Interreg initiatives, the mission cities, and of course the other European innovation and research programs in the field. And we also align our activities with national and regional frameworks. This is to leverage, of course, additional funding, but also to maintain strong connections with national and regional governance and political stakeholders to create more impact. And to create more impact in urban mobility, we of course need cities. So the cities need to be at the center of what we develop, of what we test and what we pilot. Cities have to define their specific challenges, and these then need to be addressed by universities and research institutions, by industry, by SMEs, and also by startups. And on this slide here, you can see our founding members. Since our creation 2 years ago, we've now grown to more than 200 institutions, and we intend to increase our partnership further. So the sectors need to work together. They need to ideate, they need to co-create, pilot, and then, if necessary, improve their solutions. And we have to test these solutions in cities with different geographies, with different topographies, with different economies, in cities with different histories and different climates. What works in one city might not work in another, or must be adapted. When cities know what works and what does not, they do come together in Europe and share this knowledge. And this saves them time and money. So with our workshops and conferences and flagships event, we provide this access to our European Innovation Network. We organize high-level knowledge sharing with city leaders from front-runner cities. And we give industry and SMEs, startups, opportunities to showcase their solution in matchmaking events. And we facilitate dedicated workshops to scope and understand specific city needs to find solutions with our research and business partners. And to create these solutions, we need to have people with the right mindset, and often the right training and education. We need new talents with a new set of skills, but we also need to reskill and upskill the current professionals working in business and in public administration. So the key characteristics of our training and education programs is that they're all intersectoral, interdisciplinary, they're international, and they have a strong focus on entrepreneurship. So, for example, our master school is a challenge-based double degree program, which also includes summer schools in several European cities. Our doctoral training network program bridges the gap between research and innovation. So it includes an entrepreneurship curriculum and also international placement. And our so-called competence hub is directed at mobility professionals from the public and the private sector. So we offer various formats such as e-learning, face-to-face training and in-house courses. And all our training programs have the mission to build the capacities and the skills to drive and to lead urban mobility transformation. And like all other EIT knowledge and innovation communities, we support startups. So we have an accelerator program which offers tailored coaching and mentoring for early stage startups and matchmaking with cities and with corporates. We fund pilots with cities and living labs, and we give selected startups and SMEs exclusive access to events and to conferences and also to our trainings. And we invited some of them yesterday here on the active stage to give an elevator pitch. So I think they were quite successful. And we also invest in some selected startups ourselves because we are convinced that they have the potential to create real impacts in the transition and also have the potential to grow. So startups are also given the possibility to show their products and their services on the digital marketplace, which Philip will present in a few minutes. But let's first talk about funding money. Of course, we offer funding for our activities. We issue our own open calls in various areas. So I just mentioned the academy programs, master school, doctoral training network, and professional training. I also mentioned the business creation program, where we support the life cycle of startups and scale-ups through the phases of incubation, acceleration, and growth. We do also have a call which is aimed at citizen engagement, with a focus on technologies and methods within the next methods to engage citizens in urban mobility in public realm, and this will open within the next weeks. It will also fund the integration of citizen engagement in living labs and in city pilots. And tomorrow we will have a session there at the open stage at around 12 o'clock, where we will provide some interesting examples of our citizen engagement activities. So we would like to invite you to come there. The most popular funding instrument to date is our annual innovation call. With this, we fund action-oriented innovation of projects that demonstrate new solutions in real life. So these kind of projects, they have a very high technology readiness level. They're typically developed by multidisciplinary teams. They offer pathways for SMEs to expand and to grow. And they require pan-European demonstrations and testing. usually with public engagement. And the products and the services and the best practices created with these projects then are also featured on the marketplace. Maybe Philip will give you some examples. If not, please scroll through the website and you will feel the variety of solutions that are there. Well, unfortunately, our annual innovation call has already closed for this year, but we issue a number of smaller calls based on niche challenges for that our city partners have provided, and that are then addressed by SMEs and by startups, or also by research groups. If you're interested in any of these calls, or how we can support you with other EU funding schemes in the field of urban mobility, please come and join us. We have a special networking and information session later on at the room Baraccarole. I think Eloy is much better at pronouncing this, at 3 o'clock. So please come at 3 o'clock and join us there if you want to dive into one of these programs deeper. So how do we operationalize this connection between all our partners spread around Europe? EIT Urban Mobility has created 5 so-called innovation hubs with dedicated teams that service all members located within these specific geographies. And as you can see, Germany is located in Innovation Hub Central. I'm the managing director, and here is some of my colleagues, a wonderful team that guide our members through all our programs. We also support our members with proposals and with the administration of the project. We organize dedicated workshops for our key cities to understand their ambitions and their goals. And we connect our partners across Europe, individually, but also in larger map-making events, together with the colleagues from the other hubs. And of course, we want to acquire new partners. So we're also happy to explain this partnership model we have later on or after this session. There's quite some information. We offer a lot. We have a very broad innovation ecosystem. So please come to us and ask your specific questions for your specific sectors, for your specific needs. And let me just generally sum up what we can offer to cities. What we can offer to cities is to support you with the delivery of your mobility strategies and to reach your climate targets. We facilitate the collaboration with the private sector and with research institutions so that you can invest innovation fast. And with our City Club, which is a community of practice, we engage you with your peers to share knowledge and to understand the solutions that already work and that still need to be improved. We can navigate you through our own, but also other EU funding schemes. And we offer various formats for reskilling and upskilling your staff, and to find new talents which you might want to employ. And we offer best practice insights into the latest technologies and methods of citizen engagement. To business, we can give access to city representatives and to political decision makers. We help to understand the challenges and the needs of cities and how they allocate and how they spend their budgets. We offer speaking opportunities in a great number of events across Europe, and we fund the piloting and the testing of solutions in cities with our fast implementation calls. And we offer the digital marketplace where you can showcase your products and your solutions and your services. So I would like you to get involved and to bring your expertise to our growing European innovation ecosystem to accelerate the transition towards sustainable urban mobility in Europe. Thank you. Let's innovate together.
Thanks, Judith, for the overview. Very pleased to be here. My name is Philipp Schmitz. I'm business developer and mobility scout at EIT Mobility. And in my part of the presentation, I will talk about mobility challenges and how you as solution providers can gain visibility for your solutions via our mobility innovation marketplace. Actually, need to shift to the next slide. Yes. So every company, every startup, every SME or business unit in a larger company needs visibility to explore new markets. Whenever you want to explore new markets, you need to show that you are there, that your solution is available, and you need to create trust and credibility for your solution. So the Mobility Innovation Marketplace is an open platform, an open online platform, which has been designed for this purpose. The marketplace gives innovative mobility concepts a stage to present themselves on a European scale. But just visibility is actually not enough. So companies also, and especially innovative companies, need to build trust in their solution. You need to show that you are ready and that there is little risk in procuring your solution and using your services. It must be obvious that by providing your service, a positive impact can be delivered and the challenges of the cities can be solved. At EIT Mobility, we are supporting companies and cities to transform urban mobility systems to become more sustainable and more attractive for their citizens. Working with the cities at EIT Mobility, we realize that mobility challenges are actually shared among many cities, all around the world actually. Sometimes there are adaptations and due to different climates or environmental parameters, like for example the city shape, but in general the generic challenges are actually quite similar to each other and in most of the cities. So I want to look into some examples with you. A really common challenge that we see, especially in bigger cities and metropolitan areas, is to find ways how to prevent car traffic crossing through the city center. Low emission zones can be, of course, a solution to ban most polluting cars, but the cars that actually comply with the emission levels can still drive through the city center. So the low emission zone doesn't solve the problem entirely. Therefore, many cities are searching for ways to increase walkability and bikeability. And how to encourage citizens to walk or bike more often is a major challenge for them. How can we make it more convenient for the citizens to use the bike? And how can we make, for example, bike parking more convenient and more secure? So there are many underlying challenges under the whole generic challenge of cycling, for which we are looking for solutions, innovative solutions. For example, there are like climate parameters that can decrease the comfort of biking. What do we do when it rains? How can we keep cycling attractive if it's not so convenient? Also in winter, how can we keep people using or encourage people using the bike also in the months when it's not summer? At the same time, more and more cities see a strong behavioral change already. So people want to use the bike more often. We have seen this in the pandemic, but cycling networks run into capacity issues actually. And there are some cities that are more advanced like Amsterdam or Eindhoven that have this challenge already for a couple of years. So many people want to use the cycling network, and the lanes run into congestion problems on the main cycling roads. And these cities are already thinking about how can we inform citizens more about micromobility traffic in real time, how they are used to already from cars, so to encourage them to optimize their routes, or actually to enable them to use a more convenient road. Apart from cycling, the current electrification of private mobility is of course one of the hottest topics in mobility, but it comes, which comes as well, of course, also with many benefits for the cities, especially cities that deal with air pollution and noise pollution can benefit from more electrification. But the question remains: what resources will be needed that serve these vehicles with clean energy when the citizens actually need it, when they want to recharge their cars. And of course, there are future trends that our cities are approaching, like are our cities actually ready for autonomous driving? And how can they prepare for this rise, for this upcoming rise of robotic taxis and autonomous deliveries? What impact will this have on our mobility behavior, and what are the consequences for the city's infrastructure? So we could go actually on for hours and dive into these challenges. There are so many, and can dive deeper into this. Not to forget, of course, concepts like last mile deliveries. What will be the future here? Are e-bikes, e-cargo bikes, robots or drones taking over? Probably we'll see many of those solutions at the same time. And are the cities really prepared for this? What are their challenges, and how can we help them to prepare for this? What is coming? So these have been just some examples of challenges that we hear from the cities when we are working with them. As these challenges are actually evolving constantly, new solutions need to be created at the same pace. Cities need good solutions to keep providing their citizens a livable environment, and we all need new innovative solutions to achieve our climate objectives. But finding the right solution that is also market ready can be challenging. Not always it's easy to find a direct match to solve a specific need. It's actually not an exception that public procurements, public tenders remain unresponded. The reason for this is, by nature, true innovations have normally at the beginning limited visibility. These innovations are usually coming from startups, SMEs, smaller business units that are just created, and they struggle at the beginning with awareness. They need to build a customer base. But to enter new markets, it requires two essential ingredients: visibility and also credibility. At EIT Mobility, we are supporting innovations to take their final steps to the market. We help them to grow their business to get this visibility and credibility. Therefore, we have created also our online platform, the Mobility Innovation Marketplace. The Mobility Innovation Marketplace is a platform that provides innovators with a tool to put their solutions on a digital map. And if I play, yes. We feature your mobility products, best practices to create the visibility that you need on the European market. The core principle of this marketplace is to showcase solutions that are market ready and can have a positive impact already tomorrow on urban mobility systems. In the list view on the platform, you can filter across all challenge areas that have been defined by EIT Urban Mobility's City Club based on their individual needs. Diving into the Mobility Innovation Map, visitors can find all cities where the solutions on the marketplace have been already implemented. This is a useful feature also for cities that want to see what other cities with similar conditions have already implemented to get ideas what they could do in their own city. You can also dive into a specific city and see, especially for metropolitan bigger cities, browse through the many solutions that these cities have already implemented and look for a solution that you are interested in. If it may be active mobility or future mobility, there are many topics that you can discover. So all solutions listed on the marketplace count already more than 1,000 implementations in cities all over the world. The map view on the marketplace is a great tool for customers and investors to check which solutions have been implemented in a specific city. But again, visibility is just the one side. The other important factor is credibility. Especially innovative solutions need to prove their market readiness. Therefore, the marketplace also features implemented use cases. These use cases are collected in our best practice database. And a use case gives you the option to share experiences and especially impact parameters from your implementations in cities. This marketplace, our marketplace, is aimed at showcasing and disseminating the availability of products and services in the field of urban mobility, of course. We are focusing only on innovative solutions that represent a real leap forward compared to the state of the art. So, do you have a solution that is ready to make an impact? Do you need more visibility for your solution? Then I would like to invite you to submit your solution and we create more visibility for you on our marketplace. The registration and publication of your solution on the platform is free of charge. You can just go to the platform, sign up on it, submit your solution. We take a look, we help you in shaping the information to present it nicely. And if everything goes well, you will be listed soon on the platform. So I would like to thank you for your attention. And I think now we have also some time for questions.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you very much, Judy. Thank you, Philip. I hope that you learn more who we are, what we do, why EIT Urban Mobility exists, the different programs that we are covering, and also the solutions and this platform where you can find all these already implemented solutions or best practices, and you can be part of us. One of the names of this session is Join Our Community. So we would like more partners to come to participate in our activities and also to provide your solutions, your best practices in the marketplace. So if you have any question for any of our speakers today, or more information, more details you would like to know about anything that has been explained, yes, please. Yep, they will come with the micro.
Thank you. I would like to know if there's a direct contact to the solutions provided in the marketplace.
Thank you. That's a very good question. So yeah, we create visibility for the products and services on the platform. And it's a user platform. So these solutions are actually coming from usually the CEOs or product managers, and they sign up on the platform and are available to be contacted. So if there's a person interested in a specific solution, you can contact them over the platform and send them a message. They will receive it on their email account, and you can take up the conversation offline.
Thank you. Any other question? Yep.
Do you hear me? Okay. Yeah. In which way do you work together with the master schools?
Shall I take this? Right. So we actually create our own master school We have a so-called EIT labeled master school, and you've seen the universities there. So we have an integrated master school. At the moment, I think it's KTH in Stockholm, together with TU Eindhoven and a few other universities, Politecnico di Milano. And they create together integrated programs where you get the degrees of all the, let's say you get the degrees of all the universities involved, because they accept each other's courses, and they do integrated programs together and the international placement. So if universities join us as a partner, they can of course be active or become involved or also be partner in this in the master schools.
So as you can see, we are a complex initiative with many different thematic programs. So we invite you to go to our website, where you can go, if you are more interested in the academy programs, you can get more details there, but also the innovation projects or program that if you are more interested on that, or business creation, if you're a startup, I would like to coach and mentoring or funds or investments for your business. So you can get all this information in our website. But also we would like to invite you all to go already also in the second floor in the room Bar Carole. We will have an informal networking with a coffee and some biscuits. So you are really invited to come, and we can also exchange and give you more details on the different programs, because depending on your organization, your interest, you may be more interested to one or another. So together with my colleagues, we can give you more details. But before that, if you still have some questions to pose now to our speakers.
Well, Eloy, I had hoped for cake, not only biscuits now.
Let's see. There is something to eat and also free coffee, so you can also join. And it was planned for 3 o'clock, but we don't want to lose this momentum and these participants here, so we slowly can go to the second floor. With my colleagues will be there in the entrance. You just need to go down to the where you get your tickets at the beginning. And the second floor in Bar Carole will have an informal exchange with you, and we can know you better, you can know us better, and for future collaboration between us. So if there are no more questions, then let's go there together if you want to. And if not, also you can reach us through our website. Our email addresses have been shown there. So thank you for attending today, and I hope we can all together create more livable urban spaces. That's the aim of all of us. Thank you very much.
Good.